Media marketing. This is my #1 tool to get on stage. I call it media marketing. I cold called for about 10 minutes 10 years ago, and that was it for me. No way was I going to call people and go through the, oh, do you hire speakers? Do you have a budget? No, you know what? I keep an air sickness bag handy when I get into situations like that, and I'm not going to be in that situation anymore. So I want people to call me because here's your tip. Write this down. Celebrities do not cold call. Can you imagine Jay Leno calling up an association planner and say, you know, I've been around for a while and I'm pretty funny. I'm wondering if you hire speakers and what your budget might be. Can you imagine that? No. If you want to be a celebrity, what? Okay, well, that's different. He's going for something different. He's not looking for speaking engagements. Did he call you? Could have been an impersonator. Okay, media marketing. All right, here's 2 of my secret weapons. They're in your exhibit hall there. Dan at PR Leads. If you don't have his service, you are crazy. There he is right there. See him afterwards. Right there. I've been getting publicity. I've been on every major network on the face of the earth, and that's the easiest publicity I ever got because he has an inexpensive service that emails you leads on your topic from major media all the time. So every day I get a whole bunch of stuff. Now, if you've got some offbeat topic, you won't get as many leads. And he'll advise you on that, and he won't take your money if there's no chance of helping you. He's a good man, right back there. Rolly Pinsky's over there. I've been reading her book, 101 Ways, for years, and great tips. I wrote a book myself, How to Be a Kick Butt Publicity Hound. I want people to call me because the whole power struggle of the call changes. When they call me, they've already pre-qualified. They've seen me somewhere, radio, TV, print, e-zine, e-magazine. And all they want to know is, am I available and can they afford me? All right? I want them to call me. So you do whatever you darn well can do to get people to call you. That's called media marketing. Talk to you today about product packaging. This is the greatest thing that's happened to me in a long time because when I first started producing products, I think about 13 years ago, to get a nice color cover like this, you'd have to print up 1,000 of them at a print shop, pay a fortune, and then pray that you could sell all of them. Folks, that's all by the wayside now because of technology. Basically, this is the Wake 'em Up Professional Video Speaking System, and this has been selling for me for several years, but I can make them in very small quantities because of this printing method that I'm going to show you right now. This cover was made on my computer in multicolors, and then it's too big actually to print out on a regular color printer in your office unless you got an oversized printer, which no one wants to invest in. So this was output on a disk and sent down to Kinko's, where they output it on their color copier. You can make one at a time if you'd like. And it's slid down in this vinyl album that has what we call a clear coat cover. And this is the cover that was printed at Kinko's and put in. Now here, since I'm kind of a guerrilla fighter kind of guy, I thought, well, gee, this was printed on 11 by 17 piece of paper, and they have to cut the top off and throw it away. Well, my dad wouldn't let that happen. He doesn't waste things. So what I did was I made, this is the same, this is tapes 5 and 6, but I had the top part cut off and made into a color coupon at the same time. So for the cost of one cover, you get a color coupon, and you get the cover, and it looks professional. It looks beautiful. You're proud to sell something like this. So this is the technique of using the output to Kinko's for color copy output and oversized printing. You can do it on smaller items too. Here's an example of that. This is the teleseminar kit. This teaches you how to make money on the telephone, giving your seminars. Well, this piece of paper is small enough to print out on my color printer. So I can print these right in the office one at a time if I'd like. But we sell so many of these, I go ahead and have them color copied, and then they are put down into the clear overlay. So this is a great way to do product packaging. Now the vinyl albums, I get them from a company called polylinecorp.com. You can get them in your local area. You want to get them as close as you can so you save shipping. Let's see. The same technique is used on a 6-tape audio album. This is part of the Kick series of audio tapes, and it just has a different cover put in. We buy these 6-tape audio albums in bulk because they work for any kind of 6-tape audio album. This is my Butt Camp audio album. We also have a Make 'em Laugh audio album, all 6 tapes. So we can buy these in quantity to get the best price and then just put different covers in as they sell. Now, part of my products theory is when we make tapes, we make them thinking like a chess game. We want to think so many products ahead so they can be bundled together in the future. So most of our things start out as single tapes, and I use, again, a clear coat here, and I don't even bother printing a cover for this, although you could and make this look really nice. I use a lot of stickers and labels, which we'll cover in another video, and I put a bookmark down, and that's the packaging for this. Never get them returned because the content is really high. Then, when you get 2 tapes, you can move to a 2-tape album. This holds 2 tapes. We make all of this in-house. Then we just saw the 3-tape album. This is a 3-tape album, and then you jump to a 6-tape album. Now, for single videos, this is the same technique, exactly. You've got the video, nice plastic box that gives it a higher perceived value, and then you've got the insert that makes the cover. So you can buy these at small quantities. Now, for CDs, this is a really nice CD case. We also have a small clamshell cover for single CDs, but this is for the CD albums. So this is custom printed. You can find any of your advertising specialty folks will be glad to make one of these up. And this has my different websites on the cover. And I made sure it had extra pockets in it so people could take my CDs and use it for their own CDs. So my advertisement's always with them. So you can really package products much cheaper than you ever could in the past by using digital output to a color copier and sticking it down into a clear coat covered album, and you'll have professional packaging on a dirt cheap budget. I want to give you some tips today on product strategy from Tom's point of view. In my case, I'm a real down and dirty, get them done fast type of guy, but I do have a method to my madness. I get a lot of products from doing telephone seminars. We'll cover that, how to do that in another video, but what I do is I tape the seminar, and that's where I'm getting the big money, is from selling the tape in addition to selling the seminar. Now, the way I do it is I rarely do the same topic twice when I do a telephone seminar. I usually do a different topic so that I can get a different product. And I'm thinking like a chess game. I mentioned this on another video. I'm thinking about creating an individual product that sells on its own, but then I'm thinking ahead to how I can bundle those products as I build them into a bigger set of products that make sense to be together. Example. This is a tape from the Kick series of teleseminar tapes. By the way, when you name your products, you might want to have a theme, similar to the dummies, the chicken soup, the 1-minute stuff is all themes. Well, I happen to have the Kick series of teleseminar tapes. So I created individual tapes. Here's a 1 and here's a 2 together, and here's now a 3 together, that originally made money and sold one at a time. So for instance, this teleseminar kit is comprised of a tape that I did on the mechanics of doing telephone seminars. So that would be this tape. This tape was recorded by itself on a one-hour teleseminar and sold by itself. Then I made so much money selling teleseminars, I did a tape on the strategy of selling teleseminars and making money during the teleseminar. And I called it How I Made 18K on One Seminar. That was a 2-tape set. Well, these were on related topics, so what I did was I bundled them together into a 3-set and called it a kit, the Teleseminar Kit. Now, one of these tapes is also part of the Kick series. The Kick series is a series of 13 hours worth of these individual seminars that were bundled as we went. So the first one sold by itself. Then when I did the second one, I bundled it with the first one and sold 2 of them. See, we're trying to get the individual ticket price of each customer up higher and give more value at the same time. So then when I did the third one, the fourth one, and the fifth one, and the sixth one, they turned into a 6-tape album, which sold by itself. Then as I added, I kept adding till now there's actually 2 of these for a 12-tape album out of these, all in the Kick series, where someone can buy the whole schmear for one price. So each product sold individually, and then we bundled them together. Now another way to get products, this is the Wake 'em Up Video Professional Speaking System. This whole kit came together from a one-time taping for a charity where I made a deal with the charity to anything we sold during the event was theirs, but I got to keep the master, which turned into the 6-tape Wake 'em Up Video Professional Speaking System. However, the tapes alone aren't enough. What I did was I bundled them together with the Wake 'em Up book, which had been written previously and what it was based on. Then I wrote a workbook to go along with it, and then an audio album that went with it. So when you put all those together, you've bundled a much larger package, and we call it a system. When you do a system, people think they can get all that they need to know in one place, and they're willing to pay for it because you did the work to put the system together and cut their learning curve. So when you bundle packages together, you can get your ticket price up much, much higher. So the strategy is think of bundling, think of individual tapes and other products that can eventually be bundled into bigger products to get the ticket price up of each individual buyer.